Hi guys. I was on Facebook for a moment for live. I was on there live for a second, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on here on YouTube and get on here for a brief second because it's no, it's been a moment since I've been on here, and I'm not really looking for like a whole bunch of like tarot card readings for the whole day and whatnot. But I definitely want to hop on here for a second and kind of talk to you guys a little bit. Plus, haircut. Hold on, let me live chat, and we're not doing top. And then hello. I'm just causing a fucking scene here, am I? There, so I can actually read your guys' chat and have my phone charge. Hi, Shannon Moon. Hopefully it's charging. Okay, hopefully it is charging. But anyways, come on here. Let's not talk about like a new lighting, much better lighting. I should really kind of fix my hair up a little bit. It's kind of hard to do anything. Hello, new people. But I need to, I think tomorrow I'm gonna clean out my desk here, like the surface, get rid of some of this incense ashes, wipe it down a little better. I think I might wash my tarot card cloth here and just start like organizing it and crafting it out so it will be a little effective here for readings and stuff as opposed to kind of being cramped in one place. But yeah, coming on here to do a couple tarot card readings for people for free, kind of getting that going. However, I think sometime next month in March, I think I'm gonna start charging readings. I'm gonna start using Cash App or what was it? Cash App, and what was the other one? Cash App, and then there's the Cash App, and then it's on my phone. Cash App and Venmo. That's better to know. It's better. Venmo. And yeah, I definitely want to start charging and start getting payments going in because, I'm a really good, damn ass good tarot card reader, and I should actually get props for it at least. So, and I'm keeping the music really roughly at a very minimum because I didn't get in trouble, but I did get like, was that a song in the background? Was that this and this? And I was like, no, it was not even that. I was playing music at a very low level, but you know how Facebook and YouTube can get with music, copyright issues and whatnot. What is this? I have a question for you. When you're working with Hecate, can you work with her during the day? Yes. So I have this huge thing about, she's so Zeus. Oh god, this is like blah, I want to say it all at once. So Zeus was unsure of this particular lady, and so he made her she made her be a badass bitch and controlling the seas, the earth, and the heavens. So a lot of people, when they're referencing towards working with her in the heavens, they usually tend to work with her during the day. They also work with her at the night because she's really associated with the night because she's a full moon. She's a moon goddess in a way. So when that states, it's like, So I have her as, and I think that's what I said on one of my Hecate videos here on YouTube. I have her as like a triple faced goddess, where I have her as maiden, I have her as a mother, and I have her as a crone, which she's kind of notorious to be a crone. But I have her working throughout the day too as well. She, she's still my top goddess, and I still work with her. So yes, you can work with her during the day. Like, it doesn't really state that you have to work with her only this and that. And it's just my personal belief that I actually like to work with her throughout the day and night. Like it's my everyday thing. Um, it's gotten to the point where I'm literally like just like if something good happens to her, I'm like, oh, thank you to her, just automatically just give thanks. Um, but yes, you can work with her during the day. You can work with her at any time of the hours, in any shade of the moon, any shade of the or any sunlight. You can work with her. So it's literally it's a connection to your goddess. It's a connection to her. So whatever relationship you guys have is really whatever relationship you have. That's between you two. And if you want to work with her in the sunlight, work with her in the sunlight. I don't see why not. Like I sound like a broken record there. City of Shadow Seas. That is a tall ass fucking name. Hi. And I like how you separate Wiccagem. But yeah, I work with her at all times. She's really like a standalone deity, if you will. She stands alone a little, but she's tend to work well with certain people. So you gotta really be very cautious in who you work with her. In an actual rituals, I would advise you to be like study who she's worked with. She really goes well with, of course, Persephone. She goes really well with Demeter or Artemis. She doesn't really work well with a lot of, from my personal experience, like certain males, certain deities that kind of cause havoc. Like I don't see her working with Hades anytime at all. Of course, her, getting into that realm and taking back his kidnap Stockholm syndrome thing. Yeah. We're talking about Hecate or Hecate or Hakate, Hikate. Shit. Like there was like so many names and I was just like, oh my god, headache. There's so many names this bitch has. Can you just have one name, girl? But she's known for multiple names. She's known throughout Europe, Asia, like Asia itself, like the whole continent. She's known to go through a little bit of Russia, go down a little bit through India, a little touching just a little bit in like Chinese mythology, like a mysterious Haggit woman, and then she kind of touches a little bit of Northern Africa, and I don't think she really got to America or Canada or anything or Brazil as much, and I think it's because we brought it here or it got translated here. But I don't, and in my research, I don't really have her in other areas except for the main area, like Asia, and a little bit of Africa. So yeah, she's a new deity that comes to work with me. Yeah, she's amazing. She's pretty cool. The first goddess I ever worked with, I was looking for it for a long time, like looking for like a goddess to work with, and nothing really touched. Like nothing really touched on me. Like give me this really like, oh yeah, definitely, I love this. Like I was like, okay, maybe Athena, I can probably work with Athena and everything, but I was like, no, I'm not really like that kind of type of person. And then slowly, like, some of my friends were like, maybe you should work with Hecate, and I was like, oh, who is this? And they're just like, oh, here, boom, a book, and it was just like full details about this bitch, and I was like, oh, okay. Pan, I've also worked with Pan or Panic. That was one of my first rituals to work with Hecate was with Pan because I was trying to do this whole Lord and Lady. She works well with him. It was a really intense ritual that one of my taper candles bent, but it did that. Like it still stood up, but it bent. And it was an intense, it was like a cold fall, but it was intense in my room and it was very heated. It was like unusually like it was pressure heat. I felt like I was in a pressure cooker, and I called Pan for help, and I called her for help on a journey that I was going through, and it was just like I just need help from both ends. I need somebody who is serious but yet fun, sparky life, and I think that's my personality. And so it kind of like boom. And then after that ritual, I kind of just like for a whole week, I was just like twacked out high on like energies, and I was like, okay, it's I forgot to ground myself, return the energy back, and everything. So I was kind of like when you first wake up and it's like just daisy, like just very dazed and hazy. That's what it was. um what is this? I also work with Morgan, Carowin, and Isis. Yeah, you're working with some of the main girls and Faith. There's the Morgan Le Fay, which is like Arthurian time, Celtic, with Carowin or Sarahwen. I heard so many different versions of her name. I was like, just doesn't ring well with me. And then Isis, or like that's one of my best friends. That's one of her goddesses she likes to work with is Isis. I used to call it Isis, and it would piss her off. I'm like, oh, how's Isis? How are you doing with Isis? She would be so pissed off on that. But yeah, it seems like you're working with like a lot of heavy goddesses. Um, People tend to forget that there's gods out there as well who is equal counterparts. Oh, and going back to can you work with Hecate during the day? Um, back uh, Back in the day, let me see. My blinds are weird looking. They look like they're inside out, but they're not. Weird, the lighting. Um, you could work with Hecate during the day because in Egyptian mythology, a lot of the goddesses are solar goddesses. Their sun versus a lot of the gods work at night, which is kind of like a different twist on how we were kind of. If you're coming from like European deities, like you come with that, you come with the aspect of the goddesses is with the moon and it's dark time, and the gods always work with the sun and it's daytime. It always has that feel. Um, but yeah, this is kind of cool that we're talking about deities versus like tarot card readings, which I should have just stuck with just chats. But I do need to come on here frequently, and that's my whole quest is at least come on here at least once or twice a week, do a live, have interaction, try to get back into Wiccagem. Um, I'm hopefully by the time summer comes, I would have the ability to actually have a really nice laptop um, to do some video editing and just kind of work on just getting my shit done, getting some of the shit done. Um, so, but yeah, with Pan, I would definitely work with Pan. Or Panic is another form. Make sure when you do work with Pan, make sure you work with his frivolous side or his fun side, and not his womanizing side. Because Hecate is kind of very strong will, so be cautious about that. Because Panic is known to be a little womanizer in a way. He tended to be like that. I've worked with him, and I felt like because I'm very very flirtatious and in real life. I'll flirt with anybody, and sometimes when I work with him and I have that flirtatious natural energy in me, and like when I work with him it's just like it does it 10 times, and I'm just like flirting with everybody. And I've been accused like I'm gay, but I'm been accused of being bisexual or trisexual. I'm like, no, 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 I strict with one person, and I'm with that guy, and I don't not attracted to females, don't work at, not fashion. So I get accused of being like, you're kind of bisexual because I feel like you're flirting with me. I was like, it's not me, it's the energies around me and whatnot. Your gods is Anubis, and Cronus and Odin. You work with very hierarchy or very high end, and that's a lot of relationships to work with. Hopefully, you can maintain really good, healthy relationships because some of them don't get along with each other. But to each his own. I kind of stick to. I was kind of like that in the beginning of my craft. I was kind of like want to work with everybody, just have everybody in line. And I was like, no, I need to like really minimize it so I can actually really create a really good, solid, intimate relationship. And so far, like Hecate has been kind of outriding everybody. And it's kind of cool. And I hope that I don't get to the time and place where I don't work with her, or I get to the point where we are no longer working with each other. That would really suck, and I would really would hate that, because I do rely on her a lot. Just in general aspect, just rely on her for help for everything. It could be just the most simplest thing in life. And then I just like, thank you. I've always constantly say thank you. Even when like good things happen and I didn't even ask for her help, I just automatically say thank you because it feels like that type of thing. Like I feel like I should say thank you to her and be like, thanks, bitch. Odin is really good. It was really fun to work with Odin. I worked with Odin for a split second. I think it was the time where I was working with runes, my runes, which I need to really get back into them too as well. I was working with runes for a while, and I kind of wanted to work with Odin for the insight, and it was nice to work with Odin, but it was a relationship I kind of didn't want to continue, and it wasn't like anti him. It was more of just I'm good, I guess. Um, okay. Just know that I wouldn't really work with Odin and Hecate. It might be very clashy, like when it comes to that, because Odin is like the god of insight, but he's also, if you really research him, he's kind of self-righteous, arrogant, kind of in a way, where he has this Mr. Know-it-all sensibility, and Hecate doesn't really work well with egotistic people. Doesn't matter what sex, egotistic. So be very cautious to mixing those two. Yeah, that's where I was in the beginning of my craft. I was literally looking for my matron and patron. Like I was looking for that, but nothing really stuck to me in the gods sections, like in picking out gods. I mean, I think the strongest relationship I have is Pan and Poseidon, but then I got the feeling that just like I should really not work with Poseidon as much. And that kind of just got me into like Medusa theme, which we all know the story of that. But I have like this meditation. I don't know where I got it from, but I printed out, and it's a Medusa meditation, and I work with her. And like working with the Gorgons is really impressive because they're very into sightseeing. They can foresee things. That's in front of you, that's hidden, that's like you want to reveal something, which was really impressive to work with Medusa. However, um, not so much as the rattling; it's more of the actual the hissing, or the that little like Slytherin accents, the little static was really echoing in my ears for a while, and it kind of crazy like haze. Also, male. I'm a male, but I definitely, as I was working with her, I definitely like, hey, identify as I'm gay. Like, I'm not trying to cause harm or anything. I'm only here to work with you during insight emotions. So it was kind of interesting, to work with her and find, her finding out. I got a couple oils here. I've been trying to smell like neuro oil. Oh my god, am I gonna be like a makeup tutorial person? Yeah, you're not gonna get it. But Sun's Eye oil is one of my favorite oils. I work with them. I got the Hecate oil one, which is a really I don't think it I think it does, yeah, with an seed. Um I had to look up the ingredients in this, but it has like a very minty, woodsy smell to it, so I kind of like that. Of course, I have my lavender oil from a shop in Seattle, Washington, one of my favorites, and I'm thinking about making a trip up there just so I can purchase that oil again because I'm running a little I'm halfway full, and I love it because it's actually local. It's a local lavender from their zone. So Seattle, Washington is literally like a 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour drive, and train wise to get up there. I think it's like an hour for a plane ride, less than that. Um, but it's definitely it definitely smells good. I love it because it has a very sweet minty smell. A lot of people keep forgetting that lavender is is not that distant, but not so close relative to the mint community. And it's really cool because when you actually harvest lavender and you make an oil out of it, it literally has this very floral mint smell, and you're like, whew, that's strong. So, how do you know when you feel the right goddess is for you and oh God? It's one of those moments where it's it's that moment, you know how you that feeling when you leave your hometown for a day or so or for a week, and then when you're on your way of coming home, it's that excitement that you're going to go home and that you're going to be in your own bed, in your own sanctuary, in your own place. It's that feeling that you feel like I'm coming home, and I feel like I've been on the battlefield for 100 days, and now I'm coming home, and I'm having this energy, the excited of I'm going to be in my own, my own world. That's the feeling I can identify when I work with Hecate. Like I said, I worked with other goddesses before, and it was just like a very acquaintance feeling. It wasn't really an actual. Um, it wasn't actual. It didn't felt like if you just felt like hi, walking down the hallway, hi, and like oh yeah, we might have the same period class, but I don't really know her name, kind of thing. With Hecate, it was kind of like she's in almost every class I have, and I should build a relationship. It's that feeling. Have you ever worked with any crystal skulls? Um, like you're talking about like a crystal that's shape of a skull, or like have I worked with them? Me personally, no. Have I worked with a crystal ball? Yes, I have. Which, by the way, I just got done cleaning it, and I have a color changing. Hold on, you guys probably can't hear me, but I have a color changing crystal ball that my ex-boyfriend got me. A color changing crystal ball. So basically, it's kind of changes depending on where you put it at, sun-wise, moon-wise. It goes from purple, red, and blue, which I thought that was very unique. And he won't tell me where he got it from, and it really irritates me because I want to know so I can actually say compliments to. Um, oh, you have an obsidian skull crystal in the shape of a skull. Yeah, no, I haven't really worked with those. I see those in the shops all the time, and I just don't go to it. I guess. I mean, I think they're pretty. I think I would buy it just to have just the prettiness, but it's just not my thing. So, I got this lovely crystal ball at a shop called Hetty's, and it's like part metaphysically. It's like sage, incense, candles, incense holders, and it's just like, and on the other side, it's just they sell nothing but like marijuana products, like pipes, bongs, and stuff like that, and all that stuff. I used to get my charcoal there for fucking cheap, like $1.95 for a row of charcoal. King's charcoal was like that was winning, and I still have some. But the set, the stand, and the actual crystal ball is literally. When I saw it, I was like, okay, this is really cool. So I was like, hey, what's the price tag? Because it was in a glass case, and the price tag was on a string and whatnot, and it was flipped upside down. So the guy flipped it over, and he's like, "Oh, it's 100." And I was like, "Oh man, I would really take that off your hands, but not for that price. Is it possible for me to haggle?" And he's like, "You know, to be honest, this has been here for like for like a year or so, like ever it seems like. Do you want it for $40?" And I was like, "Yes." And when I like bought it for $40, oh my god, I was so excited because I went home and I worked with it, and it's kind of cool because it's fits perfectly in two hands or one. I really love the stand, which I need to really like kind of polish it up. It came with the stand for free. He's like, here's a stand for free, and then he gave me the actual box that has like the little cushiony thing that way you can put it in the box and close it for travels. But yeah, it's pretty solid. It almost looks plasticky on camera, which is kind of weird. But there's a whole bunch of the reason why I really love it because there's like a whole bunch of I don't know if you can well you can kind of see it on camera. There's a whole bunch if I don't put my hand over there. There's a whole bunch of little bubble specks in there. So it kind of helps when you do scrying. It kind of helps where you focus on one little thing as opposed to like what's around. Because when you want a crystal ball, when you get a crystal ball, you want a crystal that actually has a bubble in the middle, if it's possible, or not just a bubble, but how would you say? With like an imperfection, like in the middle. And when that happens, you could focus on that when you're doing scrying instead of like anything else. So you don't get distracted, and you start getting these like you don't see visions in there. You don't see like an actual TV looking thing, but you start getting like um, images in your head, like things that you've never been before, like a memory, a fragment of a memory, and it could be just like a picture or an actual play or something. You start getting these things that's not really yours, and you start like, oh, so what's this and this, and you start explaining, or you write it down, whatever, and you're just like stunned by it. Well, cool. Two crystal balls. Okay, cool. Yeah, Hecate will be something like that. She's not really known as a healing goddess. She's not really known for someone who works in like the health department, but I don't see why not. I mean, it's a form of magic, but you probably want to look up some other goddesses that are like really dedicate 100% for healing, because you probably want to work with someone who is a healer more than just put one into a goddess and strain her a little bit. Um, I personally don't know because I don't work with healers. Just go on to Google and just research goddesses of healing, and then it will prop up a lot of information for you, and you would be like, okay, that makes sense on that, and that you should just look it up and see what's really connecting to the. I think Isis was like one like on the top of my head. Hathor. I don't know. It's kind of hard. Carowin, maybe. Oh, no. See, I don't know too much about healing because I don't really work with healing goddesses. However, I should, being that I'm surviving. Yeah, I was gonna say Carowin, because she's more of a cauldron healing goddess to me. Um, but yeah, honestly, I don't. I should have been working with healing goddesses, or at least a healing god, just enough to heal like my medical problems. That knock on wood, I will get answers on Monday if I can be off this meds and jump on to weight loss journey because I have a wedding coming up this late summer, and I want to fit into this outfit that I am going to order soon. I want to at least fit in that outfit where, and plus I just want to get back to my regular shape body because right now I feel kind of ballooned out. But I definitely want to get back to my regular size because I'm right now in size 38. Don't really like that. I want to go back to 34, where I have a dresser full of clothes and I'm comfortable with that size. But yeah, um, kind of a good turnout in a way on doing this live. I'm probably gonna get off on here pretty soon. Probably around 8 is when I probably want to jump off because I still gotta finish cleaning my kitchen. I cleaned everything around me. I want to finish my kitchen, so my kitchen can be officially clean. Take the garbage out because I threw away like some packaging of meat and it has that dead meat smell. Oh, another one just came on the top of my head for healing. Gaia. You can work with Gaia, or you can just work with just Mother Earth. But I know you can work with Gaia. You can work with yeah, Gaia would be something that you want to work with healing because she's a healer, not a full attacking kind of Titan. I think that the classifier is a Titan. I work with Titans more than the gods themselves. I feel more comfortable working with Titans, anyways, because they were there before. Same. I am in the talks in the works with Portland paranormal investigators, um, which they are they're like the number one sought out paranormal investigators here in Portland, and they're looking for somebody who's a younger intuitive person, somewhere around my age, because the guy who works with them, he's in his like late 60s, and he's kind of constantly saying that he doesn't want to go and do an investigation because like a COVID, but like he didn't want to be out and about because he's getting tired. He can't stay up as late as like he used to. So they're looking for someone who's young and intuitive. And I've been talking back and forth through Twitter, and I've been really telling them like, hey, I live really close to downtown, so if you want to get a hold of me, want me to join on the team and just go with you guys, I'm definitely really good to go with you guys. And if it's something downtown, I'm totally game and down with it. I'm trying to get a hold of exploring with Josh. He's really big on abandoned buildings, and now he's like really doing some paranormal investigation. I'm trying to get him to come to here, because there's a couple of sites here in town, here in downtown Portland. It's like will be really good to work with and get in, especially during the pandemic when certain shops are closed to the public. That'd be kind of good for him, so he can actually do investigations in there with the owners and whatnot, and that might help bring revenue in. So um yeah, it's kind of hard to start your own paranormal team and take in somewhat serious, not just serious, but like get recognized. There's other teams here in Portland, but they're slowly getting squashed by Portland paranormal investigators. Like it's sad because it's like why can't everyone like join forces and be one thing, but you know there's always a chief and there's always Indians and there's a lot of chiefs in the business. So I would say it's kind of hard to do that, but you should. I mean, if you feel like you can do it, you should. I encourage you to do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to start a team because I um, don't want to buy the equipment. Don't want to be in charge of emailing and all that stuff. Like I don't want to be part of that business. Not really a big fan of like being a leader of things. But yeah, you should definitely do it if you can. If you have the energy and the ability to do it, I would. Let me check out these filters. They're saying that there's filters here. Ooh, ooh. A little dance party. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I don't like that one. Don't like that one. I like that one. It's very old timesy. Plus, I look good like that. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna jump off here. I think this is enough to put on YouTube to sustain some subscribers because YouTube's been complaining about me not being active, and I should be more active on here. I should. But anyways, I'm gonna get off. My throat is kind of hurting. I need to start like drinking and kind of get away from this instant table place. But thank you guys for watching and subscribing like always. And that if you're watching this video not live, just subscribe and whatnot. And there's gonna be some more video actioning coming on hand here soon. So just sit and wait. But cool. Springfield, Illinois. Springfield. That's a good place. Never been there, but sorry, horror fan. So, and plus I love Roseanne as well and Connors. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching and subscribing. I will get to you guys as soon as possible. I was thinking on scheduling on Tuesday. I want to schedule like a tarot card Tuesday. I think I might do it 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, so you guys know that it's going to be coming on. So I'm going to put that up there on the thing, and I might do tarot card Thursday or tarot card throwback Thursday or something like that. Try to get back on those T days where I'm actually really free for those days. So look forward on those schedules, and you start seeing them, and slowly I'll come crawling back to YouTube eventually. So thank you for watching everything, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.